Hello, you beautiful people of the internet, and welcome to another random reviews video. For today's episode is gonna be. I think all my episodes are boring, but this one's gonna be particularly boring because we're gonna talk about working gloves. Even though I believe it's an article that everybody should have at least a pair in their house. I don't know, preferably more than one pair because they serve multiple uses, especially if you live in an area that uh, you may see yourselves dealing with debris or sharp objects for whatever reason. A pair of working gloves to protect your hands is a good idea. If you embark in homemade projects or anything else, or you picking up, even if you're picking up branches or leaves, a pair of working gloves can prevent I don't know, an ant, biting you or something like that. So I'm gonna show you three types, or the three types of gloves that I have. Each serve the purpose. I kept them all. Now I use them for different things, and I'm gonna show you the the Amazon page where you can get them if you like this particular brands. They're not that expensive. Only one is it could be a little more on the high end price, and there's one that you can find uh, like a, what do you call that? Not the original product, like a pirate version of it that works fine. It's been with me for years, and for those I bought like four pairs because I use them to play airsoft. But before we get into that, let me show you today's action figure, and I want to be able to show this properly. So this is my Boba Fett figure, one of them actually. Let me get the box real quick to tell you where it came from, if I can remember where I put it. I'll be right back. And here I am. So let me put this down real quick. So this is shit, freaking mic. I have a very limited space to do these things, so it's a little banged up. I should have kept, I don't know, be more careful with the box. So it's called Real Action Heroes, and this is the Return of the Jedi version of Boba Fett. For those who don't know, they are different versions of them. And this one, mind you, the box is signed by Jeremy Bullock himself, the guy that put on the suit of Boba Fett. So that's why I say I should have, be more careful with the box. Because Jeremy's no longer with us. That was a loss. Sad. So anyway, this is the costume that I own. Okay, I have this thing life size, and the attention to detail that this thing has is crazy. I'm gonna linger a little bit because, like I said, working gloves are kind of boring. Even though I'm gonna show you the gloves anyway, this is more entertaining in my opinion. So I'm gonna show you some things. And then I'm gonna show you the custom parts so that you can see it. I wish I could show you the jetpack. I have it like behind me, but it's on a box, and I'm not gonna take it out. Probably not for this video. Maybe moving forward I will. So this is the Return of the Jedi version, and if you're a Star Wars geek like me, you know that the Empire Strikes Back version is very different than this one. Like, for example, the jetpack on the one of the Empire Strikes Back is completely green. The back side of the helmet is kind of like a beige color with a lot of damage. It's way more banged up than this one, and it has some particular differences, like the belt, the ammo pouches, they're split, and it has like an opening in the middle. There's a bunch of details, and it's way harder to make than this one, which is kind of like why I decided to go with this version. Even though Empire Strikes Back is my favorite Star Wars movie, when I was a kid, I preferred Return of the Jedi. So I went with this model. This is his blaster. The name of the blaster escapes me at this point, which is embarrassing actually for me, but I'll remember someday. So if you look at the blaster, this is kind of like a Colt 45 revolver encased into a sci-fi looking thing. So they took real weapons and they turned them into if I was a little more careful, so I stopped banging everything. They turned them into space guns. So let me show you real quick. Let go, dude. And there's a reason why I want to show you the blaster per se. Okay, so you take a look at the blaster. Has a lot of little greeblies and stuff. You can see the shape of the Colt 45. Now let me show you something real quick. Oh, and this was also a gift by a friend. His name is Christian. People give me stuff and I don't even know why. Okay, so this is the the custom version of the blaster. This is the toy. Okay, so this one comes apart. This one was a gift from my wife. She gave it to me on Christmas, one Christmas. And the funny story behind it is that she wanted to buy me something. I was heavily collecting Star Wars, but I have a lot of stuff. So she called one of my closest friends, actually the guy that gave me the action figure. And he said, "Hey, Christian, I don't know what to give him." And he said, "Oh, yeah, he's want to make a Boba Fett. He wants to build a Boba Fett. Buy him this." And he sent her the link. And she got me the one that you have to put together. So this was extremely fun because I actually built it with the parts that came. So this is the butt stuck. And let me see if I can show you the Colt 45. Sorry about the banging of the mic. I have a very limited space for these things. If you can see the shape of the revolver right there, like a cowboy thing, and they added things to it so that it looks space-like. It's really cool. And one more thing before we move to the boring gloves. Putting this back where it belongs. If you can see this gauntlet, and that's the name of it. This is the gauntlet. There's a little missile / rope. He has like darts from there, or so they say. You can see the shape. And this is the one for my Boba Fett costume. I added some lights to it. So it has a little red light there that it's supposed to have. And these buttons I need to fix because they dropped the little black caps. That's an easy thing. I already have the parts, I just haven't gotten around to it. I added some lights there, but the electronics that you would activate with this, they stopped working. So I need to look at the internals and see if I can fix it. They used an old Casio calculator to make this panel over there. If you can see it because of there you go. An old Casio calculator. So this kind of like the touchpad of a Casio calculator. So it was supposed to be rubbery. So they used real life things of the era to build the costumes or for their characters. It's kind of cool, right? Okay, let me put this away. Oh, and by the way, these braids, they were horsehair, or so they say. And when you're making a costume, there's a level. So in the 501st, you can get levels of accuracy. I have the basic one, or hat, because I'm no longer a member. So I managed to get the basic one, but you can increase the level of accuracy by adding stuff to your costume. So if you can get the braids, from a horse, from a horse, like a horse tail, you usually get them when they trim the horses for racing and that kind of thing. So I don't think it doesn't hurt the animal. Then you get another level of accuracy because it looks better. I got the synthetic versions because. Anyway, working gloves. I'm gonna start with this cheap Oakley imitation of the working gloves, and I'm just gonna put one hand on so that you can see, how it looks and the fit and that kind of thing. These I bought roughly 10, 12, 15 years ago. I don't know. It's been a while. I used them to play airsoft with my kids, and I have crawled through mud. I have climbed old abandoned structures, like from one wall to the roof. I have built stuff with them on, like building like barriers on the airsoft fields, and you can tell by the coloring that they've been worn out. I have been shot with the BBs in the hands, and this is one of the main things why you use gloves with airsoft, because you want to minimize the pain with the gloves, is because it's sensitive. The hands are sensitive, and it hurts a lot when you get hit in the knuckles with a BB. These cost me like $14, I think, and they're still kicking. I don't use them that much anymore because I don't play airsoft, so I have them hanging from a thing that I have. But if I ever have to use it, these are the gloves that are there, like dedicated, waiting for me in case I need to use these gloves. But they're pretty good gloves. One of the things, okay, this is my work phone, and you can actually operate the screen with the gloves on. So, if you can see, I'm not going to show you the inside of the phone, but there you go. You see? It's they work, but you do have to push the screen. So this is my personal phone, and this one has two screens. So same thing. You can swipe it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't have facial recognition in this thing, and I typed the wrong password. So let me try again. You could probably hear it. And it unlocks. Okay, so now if I open it and I close it, then same thing applies. you can swipe it up, and you can actually, I don't know if you can see the icons moving, because I don't want to show you the screen on my phone. But I guess you can understand why I don't want to show you the screen on my phone. I can show you the picture of me wearing my Stormtrooper armor. So yeah, this, you can use your phone. You can actually use your index finger, but since these gloves are old, I think that the traction that he had on the index finger kind of like died out, and now the thumb is my best bet if I wanted to use my phone while using these gloves. It doesn't work all the time. Again, they're worn out, but they offer good protection for your hands. Like I said, I have grip things that could cut my hand. I'm not saying that if you, let's say, grab a wall that has glass on or some kind of sharp metal, it's not going to cut your hand. But this is an additional protection for $14. Maybe you can get them at 20. I'm going to show you at the end of the video. I'm going to show you the brands and the original version of this gloves, which cost like around 70 some dollars. If you want to go like Oakley, which I'm guessing should be really good gloves. The second pair I'm gonna show you, and these are not in order, are this CLC. CLC is a company that actually makes aprons and a bunch of things that are work construction related. These are fantastic gloves. And as you can tell, they bear some scratches of the use that have been given to them. But also, as you can tell, they do wear a little faster than these gloves. I spent the whole day working with these gloves on, and it kind of like broke over here in the finger a little bit, broke over here. So they're not bad gloves, and they're gonna break with usage. But the other one I'm gonna show you, I have done the same thing to it, and it didn't break right away. So I'm guessing that I'm gonna lose this glove soon. Oh, by the way, it doesn't come with this. Sorry. I added the loop over here because it's easier for me to pull them on when I'm trying to put the gloves on. So let's try the phone thing. The thumb works perfectly fine. Let's try the index finger. Doesn't work. I'm guessing because, oh, there, it was gonna do it. So yeah, it does. Okay, it opened up, but it's not as easy as the thumb. Okay, now it worked. It's not as easy as the thumb. The thumb works better. With the thumb, you just kind of like swipe it and it pops up. Let me see my personal phone again. Whoop. It doesn't have facial recognition, but it's easier to type my passkey, my password with it. You can hear the speed. Let me see if you can hear the speed. Hold on. Way faster, way easier. I'm guessing that on the big screen is going to be the same. It is. I just fat fingered it. Now on the center screen, the big screen, I can use my index finger to swipe the screens, and it's just same motions that I do when I'm use this phone and I'm not wearing gloves. So let me see. Let me open I don't know. Let me see. Okay, I open one of the app boxes. The problem is that like going back with the gloves, it's kind of hard. But again, you're not gonna be doing none of that. You just want to be able to answer your phone if you get a call. So CLC, not expensive. I think around 20 something dollars, give or take. Pretty good, but they are going to break with hard use, and I don't think they're gonna last that long. They're supposed to break. I would have wanted them to last longer because they're really comfortable. They offer the same protection for your fingers. They have reinforced pads on the palm of your hand that will prevent for you, because these are specifically designed for grabbing things that can cut your hand. Like for example, you grab a piece of a 2x4 that has a nail sticking out. This is gonna prevent the nail to scratch your hand, unless you apply a lot of force. Then it may go through and actually cause some damage. It has some cushions on your knuckles, which you need, and it has some cushions on the top of your hand. So pretty good gloves, and I definitely recommend them because of the price. You can buy a couple of them, and when one breaks, just throw them away and get the next pair. Now for the last set, the last pair, I'm gonna show you the lift gloves. Again, I added the string over here because they're easier to pull when you have the string, just to make them fit. And these are my favorite pair of gloves. I have mistreated these gloves for, wow, I would say a good part of a year. I actually grabbed a grill, like really hot grill with this because we needed to do something. Something fell inside and they wanted to take it out because it was smoking too much. So I put these gloves on and I grabbed it and I held it for a strong 15 seconds and put it back, and it did burn a little bit. Not my hand, but the glove kind of like took some damage, but it held. So that's when I fell in love with them. I mean, if when this break, I'm gonna buy me another pair just like that. For the cell phone though, the index finger is gonna be the one that you're gonna use. At least, yeah, with this phone, yeah, the thumb works too. I usually don't use my phone when I'm working, so I'm actually testing this live with you guys. So if you swipe properly where it's not that worn, it works fine. It swipes left, swipes right. With my index finger, let's see my personal phone. Okay, here it goes. There it goes. Let me see if it takes the passcode, passkey, or whatever. It does, but you have to really push it in, and it swipes. It swipes left. It swipes right. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, you can see it swiping. Now let me open the screen. Let's try again. Yeah, that one's not gonna work. So this flip phones or fold phones, they have a ridge in the middle, and the gloves are not really good for that. But again, if you're working, you're probably not gonna have your phone like this if you have a fold or a flip. So it's probably gonna be on the main configuration, if you will, which is closed. I cannot operate the screen, the internal screen, easily. Again, I can, so in case of emergency, you probably will be able to do it, but it's not that simple. And if you really need to use your phone, you just take your glove off and you use your hands. Just in case you need to pick up the phone, it helps that your glove will allow you to do it. But again, if you need your phone, you just take your glove off and use your hands normally. So like I said, this is gonna be a very boring video, but I believe that these are products that people should consider having because it's easier for you to work with your hands if you don't have like a gashing splinter, or not splinter, I don't know how you call that, like in Spanish it's called callo, or how you call those water bubbles that form in your hand when you're working, like blistering hands. So this will prevent blisters in your hand. Like I mentioned before, me and my son were building a dock on his backyard to reach a little lake that he has, kind of like just a fun project, nothing too complicated, nothing too complex, just something for us to share, crack open a couple of beers and just laugh and do something together. And having gloves made it easy. Picking up trash with gloves is recommended, especially if you live in places where you may find critters that may sting you or bite you. So I believe that these are good options. These gloves are leather, like 100% leather, so they're tougher. and they protect your hand better, in my opinion, than this cloth like. And they do have some kind of leather, or they're leathery in some places, but these are full 100% leather. Not a lot of cushioning, but again, they're leather, so it's harder for sharp things to go through them, and they're not that expensive. So I don't know, something to consider. And that's it on my boring videos about gloves. Um, I hope that somebody finds that interesting. So the whole purpose of this channel at this point, or since I started recording these videos, is not to uh, is to talk about things that I like, or things that I'm using that I believe are interesting or maybe useful in the future for somebody. Um, so not to give you an expert opinion about anything at all. So I guess you should do your own research. If you want to learn more about any of the things that I show here, just so that you're more informed. So now let's go real quick and look at the pictures that I have for you for the gloves. Let me see if the screen allows me to do it. Why did it come out twice? There it is. So this is the CLC pair. CLC custom leather craft 125 handyman flex grip work gloves, $17. If they break, and this is the extra large pack of one, you can have a selection. You can buy two extra large, two extra large, so the bigger hands, for $18, $19. I mean, it's not bad. You can buy actually two pairs, one for you, one for your missus, or one for each member of your family. You're not gonna break the bank, and you have a good set of gloves. These are great for if you go hiking, or if you're gonna be lifting stones or doing whatever. This is a good option, in my opinion. Let me see. Let's go to the next one. This is the lift, and this is the black version of the lift. Oh yeah, so if you saw mine have a little seal, like a little patch, and I talked about it. I showed that glove in a video. That's a Boba Fett Star Wars thing related. So what it does is that it says the brand Lift right here, which I don't care for. I don't need to see the brand, so I covered it with the patch that I like. So this is the same model that I have, but these are black gloves. Probably gonna prefer that color over the leather brown. Same material, and $38. Not bad for a pair of gloves, and these are really good gloves. I'm pretty happy with them. These are the original Oakley Factory Pilot 2.0 gloves that I have the imitation for. So whomever in China that ripped off Oakley did a pretty good job, because these gloves have lasted me for years. This one, they look a little more leathery. They look cooler. They cost $70. If you are somebody that likes the real thing, it's a leather synthetic blend, and you can get them at Amazon just by using that name, in case you want to go and look for them. And these are kind of like the same ones that I have. Look, 100 years later, they still cost you $16, give or take, when you apply taxes and stuff. And they sell them in black, they sell them in OD green, and they sell them at I think this is flat. What is the Desert Tan or something like that? And these are like carbon fiber or something like that, and they all cost you $15. So you definitely can't go wrong with that. You can buy a bunch of them, and they're gonna last you a long time, unless you really put them to the test, where they're gonna break because of usage, which is expected. Old gloves are going to break under abuse and use, which is actually why they exist, to protect your hands, and then you buy another pair. That's the only product that you should expect that they're gonna break. spoke to one of my customers a long time ago, and with this I'm gonna close. And he asked me about the gloves, and he said, "Hey, what's the guarantee on them?" And I said, "Well, they are guaranteed to break with usage." And he laughed, and I laughed, because that's kind of like the way everything construction related works. They will break, but they serve a purpose. I strongly suggest that if you do any manual labor, if you don't have any, that you get yourself some work gloves. Okay, let me go back to my main screen. And that's it. Boring videos about gloves. If you stayed till the end, thank you very much. I am noticing I'm getting both here and in Rumble, I'm getting an average of 20 some views per video, 18 views, 5 views, and but no subscriptions. So if you guys scroll by this video and you don't mind, can you please just subscribe, just in case, so that I can come and bother you every now and then with another stupid video, and help me grow, and share this to anybody that you may think can like the content. So until next time, God bless you all. Random Reviews signing out.